Jellymon's Megaform is not what you expected. I think most people who saw this newish Digimon partner for the first time realized that she had this sort of tsundere girlfriend thing going on with her human partner Kiyoshiro, bullying him, calling him darling, getting jealous when he's around other girls. Those people correctly assumed the champion and ultimate forms of Jellymon would kind of be waifumon, like Angoramon, Lilymon, and so the sort of default expectation was that Jellymon's Mega would probably be some kind of mega giant woman like a Rosemon or an Amphimon. Well, what if I told you Jellymon's Mega form is a hulking Gundam-looking mech? Welcome to the Digino, where we talk the latest Digimon news, reviews, and occasionally other related anime topics. If it's your first time on the channel, welcome, and if you like what you see, consider subscribing. So today we're covering Jellymon's Mega, a better look at Angoramon's Mega, and of course, reviewing episode 54 of Digimon Ghost Game. Timestamp should be all over this video if you have a specific topic you want to hear. Yeah, so Jellymon's Mega form has been revealed via Saikyo Jump magazine and a preview of the Digimon Trading Card Game, and she's not the Mega we expected, but in kind of the best way possible. Think about it, her human partner Kiyoshiro's whole thing is that he's a massive anime fan, a weeb if you will. He was living in America but moved back to Japan just to have the cliche dorm life that he's seen in his favorite anime. We crossed the waifu cliche off the list earlier in Jellymon's evolution line, so it stands to reason that a kid who loves anime would have his Digimon turn into a massive mecha warrior straight out of Gundam, Super Sentai, Darling in the Franxx even. I'm hearing people say this Mega feels inspired by Overman King Gainer, though that's a series I haven't seen, so I can't comment too much on the connection there, but I definitely see it too. As far as we can tell from the image, it's not even a situation like Cho Hakaimon wearing that sort of armor looking pig costume, but there's a cute anime girl underneath all the gear. This Mega looks fully robotic, slightly feminized, but a version of Iron Man's Hulk Buster suit. Just like with Seriousmon, we only have a small amount of art to go off of. The full verdict on this Mega will come through once we see it in the anime form, but so far I've been seriously impressed with honestly every Ghost Game Digimon's anime debut, oftentimes not loving them until they show up in the anime and then realizing kind of the potential of their design. Definitely let me know in the comments what you think about Jellymon's recently revealed Mega form. But also last week I showed you our first look at Angoramon's Mega in blurry pixel art form. This week we have its official card art, and it's a way better look at how this monster will appear in the anime form. But before we dive in, the holidays are almost here, and whether you're shopping gifts for your family, friends, or yourself, you should really know about buyee, the sponsor of today's video. You could up your gift giving game this year by getting toys, figures, games, and more straight from Japan through buyee, who lets you shop on Japanese storefronts like Rakuten, Mercari, Amazon JP, and Japan's Yahoo auction site. You don't need a Japanese address or anything like a VPN. You simply select what you want through buyee's site, then they'll buy it on your behalf and send it to you wherever you are in the world. The best part is they love the anime community and are offering viewers of this video a free 2,000 yen coupon off your first purchase when you sign up for the first time with the link that's in my description. Whether it's plushies, digivices, figures, fashion, buyee has you covered. Thanks so much for sponsoring the video. Now let's get back to it. Here's the latest take on Angoramon's Mega. Now we can see that his gear is not armor, but still some kind of general, like a soldier in the French Revolution or American Revolution. He's also dual wielding two blades that seem to have elemental effects. They've got like a red and a blue aura around them. And lastly, to my surprise, it looks like we do have some kind of humanoid head underneath the Angora rabbit helmet, feeling a lot like a male take on Renamon's Mega Sukuyamon, with a woman's body and face underneath the fox mask / helmet. This is cool. Angoramon's Mega looks very equipped to protect while not being a mechanized knight like Gammamon's Mega Seriousmon. We have a lot of diversity in these three Ghost Game Megas, though it's also very Tamers inspired if you think about it. Gammamon's armorized knight is not unlike Gyamon's Mega, Jellymon's giant mecha is not unlike Terriermon's Mega, and Angoramon's agile, very humanoid Mega wearing a mask that represents the animal its evolution line was inspired by, is very much what Renamon got in its Mega form. So that's the biggest news of the week in my opinion. Of course, there was also episode 54 to talk about, an entry into Ghost Game that promised us an instance where Espimon had gone rogue and the team would have to confront this Digimon friend of theirs. So did we get an Espimon evolution, a Ghoulless Gammamon 4th appearance, a tease at any of the three Megas we've talked about thus far? Episode 54. Hiro suddenly has the ability to see into the future. He's now able to detect accidents and troubles that those near him, such as Gammamon and Kotaro, may encounter. However, the side effects are very painful for Hiro. Espimon is still going on with this fake Hiro Amanakawa bit at the start of the episode, judging Hiro for not being as good at fishing as Hokuto made the real Hiro out to be. I kind of don't know why we're still doing this, but here we are. Hiro gets a violent vision of a possible future for Nomura, his friend. Very Final Destination inspired theme of this episode. Next, he has an absolutely horrific vision of Gammamon being struck by a truck, which is way more disturbing than Nomina's fate. Jellymon begins exploiting Hito, making him into a paid fortune teller who reads the future of Ruli's two friends. On one hand, this is actually a pretty funny gag, but it's a little dark and messed up that this far into Ghost Game, Jellymon is still so into exploiting her human friends for little side hustle projects. It was a fun way for her character to start in episode 5, but she's still doing this 50 episodes later. Zero growth, zero change, and that kind of disappointed me. Octomon plays the same mobile game as Kyoshiro and is the solution to fixing the horns growing out of Hiro's head this week. Both Hito and Espimon were infected by Fujitsumon. Espimon was on site at the fishing pond when Hito was originally infected by the Fujitsumon at the start of the episode, and it appears Espimon is likely infected too. If they don't solve this soon, Hito's body will turn into an Octomon, so they say. We eventually have an Espimon versus Jinba Angoramon, Teslamon, and Gammamon 3v1 fight, and Espimon kind of holds his own. He's kind of dominating the fight until Gammamon and Espimon have a one-on-one, heart-to-heart, remembering all of their adventures together. Gammamon declaring that they're friends, and the Fujitsumon latching onto Espimon are disconnected from Espimon than Hiro. They both kind of reject this symbiotic life form after realizing how close they are to Gammamon. It was fun. I wasn't moved or inspired. I was a little disappointed by the fight and unclear why saving Espimon would necessarily save Hito, because they were different Fujitsumon that had infected the two of them. The confrontation ended with an absolute thud for me. No evolution for Espimon, no Gulas Gammamon forthcoming brought about by Hito's pain, just a flashback to the first time Espimon and Gammamon fought together, and bam, the final battle of the episode is over. Espimon is, I don't know, such a frustratingly written character. Everything about his presence feels half-baked. He's this weird little gag character with a gag storyline about how he doesn't believe Hito is the real Hito. He has no human partner, no evolutions or purpose as of yet. I just don't know what to think about this character other than it's an incredible waste of screen time, which is too bad because I kind of like the standard rookie design of Espimon. I was optimistic when the dim card revealing Espimon was first revealed to the world. As for my verdict, I was quite looking forward to this episode as we were finally out of the woods with the 3 back-to-back-to-back warp evolution episodes that were all pretty meaningless and repetitive. To finally escape that, I was kind of hoping we were onto bigger and better things now that we had the new Digivice and new power set. So then to be sent into this bizarre, meaningless episode with Espimon where nothing really happened, it was a pretty big disappointment for me. Still, there's no end in sight for Ghost Game, and in a weird way, I feel like I'm in this odd purgatory state covering this show. On that bummer of a note, let me remind you that I think the Angoramon and Jellymon megas look unbelievably cool. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on those two and when you think we'll see them. If you think I'm dead wrong about episode 54 and you loved it, by all means let me know. Just keep it civil and polite in the comments. Thanks everybody, have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video.